Hi folks, I'm Chris from Crooked Row, and today we're going to be talking about one of the most common wild things that might be growing on your homestead. There is this little purple flower called chicory, and it is one of the most common wildflowers across North America. A lot of people don't know this, but in the past, like before the European colonists came, there was not many wildflowers at all in North America, and most of them were brought over as garden items, things like dandelions, daisies, and indeed chicory. And part of the reason some of these flowers were brought over in the cases of like dandelions and chicory is because they had medicinal and herbal uses as well. So we have lost a lot of this, and a lot of these things are now just viewed as weeds, which I find to be kind of sad. But chicory is what we're going to be talking about in particular today. And chicory is a pretty amazing plant because it is used in coffee. The root can be eaten like you would a potato. And then the leaves, the grains, are also something that you can use in your salads. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you some chicory, and we're going to process it and show you how you can use it in your coffee and how to save the leaves for salad. So let's go ahead and get started. So here you can see in front of us, this entire fence line is just taken over by chicory. And chicory is pretty distinct. You can find it. These beautiful little purple flowers, these are a dead giveaway. But chicory kind of looks like a dandelion when it first starts, and then it grows up with these big long stalks, and you'll see all these different blooms on it. And so what you want to do with chicory is you want to harvest the entire plant. So you want to make sure that you uproot the plant and not just rip it out. Miss Sayla is about to demonstrate for us how to uproot the chicory plant. So Sayla, put both hands at the base, pull up hard, show them what you got, Missy. As you can see, it has a nice long root like that, a very deep tuber, and we're gonna uproot about 100 more of these and then show you what we have in a few minutes. Hi guys, so we are out in the pen. We collected loads of chicory, as you can see here. So it's time to head back to the table and process it all. As you can see, we've got all our chicory together, and it's time to start processing it. So we are going to be saving two different components from this, and that is going to be the roots and the leaves. Now we're going to be using these for different things. The leaves we're only using for one thing, and we're going to try chicory leaf tea today and see how that holds up. The next thing that we're going to be trying is adding dried chicory root to coffee. Now, I've heard that Folgers actually does this, but I'm not sure. But what it's supposed to do is add body and bitterness to the coffee. So we are going to be drying this, roasting it, and grinding it in our house today. And I will be making some coffee and trying it out, and we'll see how it holds up. The next thing is we're going to just roast some of these roots and try them out with butter and see how they taste. They're awful thin. I don't know how they're going to do, but I've read that this is a possible use for them, so we will be trying it out. Lastly, we are going to be taking some of our ground chicory and making a latte with our milk. So, I'm not sure. They said this adds bitterness, so I'm wondering if it's just going to be a bitter latte, but we're about to find out with all of this. So, let's get started. Alright, so what we're going to do with each of these is we're going to cut off the root and separate it off to the edge. Then, there are little leaves all up and down the stalk. We're going to be saving all these leaves. Jed, get me a bowl. So we'll pick them off and save them for later. Some of these are going to be dried, and actually I suppose I could try them just as a green now and let you know how they taste. Ooh. They're very bitter, but this is also very late into the summer. It's the month of August right now, so that could explain the bitterness. Alright guys, so for our next step, I went ahead, I got the hose turned on, and I got a colander, and we are going to just blast spray all these roots to get the dirt off. Always clean, especially roots, before you use them for cooking, because you don't want any bacteria or dirt or anything carried over into your food. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing is we are going to be roasting the chicory root. So what you're going to need is you're going to need either a silpat or parchment paper. I have a silpat on hand. You are going to be laying out the chopped roots onto the silpat in one flat level. We're going to be dehydrating these in the oven while it is at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for 1.5 hours. After those 1.5 hours, you're going to up it to 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 more minutes. They should, at that point, be both dried and roasted, so you'll be able to pull them out of the oven and grind them at that point. So I'm gonna go ahead and load these leaves into Chompy Chompers in here, so that when the tea finally does boil, we will be ready. Alright folks, once your tea kettle has whistled, go ahead and pour your tea. I'd let it steep for 15 minutes before drinking though. Alright guys, so I got the cup of tea right here. I'm gonna try it. First taste. Tea is actually pretty good. It tastes herbal. It tastes like basil and bay leaf tea that I used to drink when I was younger. There's no bitterness here, which makes me a lot more hopeful for the coffee and the latte. So I think hot drinks is definitely the way to go if you're going to consume chicory.
The next day.
Hey guys, so good morning. So we are going ahead. We have begun making the coffee. Here it is. We just put some of the chicory root into the grounds, so that will be done here in just a couple of minutes. And then also, I've begun working on the latte. I'm just heating up this milk. It has the chicory in it, starting to change colors there very nicely. And as soon as all of this is done, we will have a taste test. My mom and dad are going to help out with this one. Alright guys, so first impressions, what do you think?
It's not bad.
I mean, I largely taste coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really taste chicory in it. Now, I want to taste this. This is all chicory, right?
Yep, chicory and milk.
I taste hot milk.
Is there any bitterness to it at all?
No.
I can see the hot milk taste. That's predominant, but there is like a slight grassiness.
A grassiness, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a really good idea, like for people who want to wean off of coffee, and a lot of people do, and so, or even just like people who need to get down to like that 1 cup in the morning. It would be good to start like putting chicory in your coffee. And then more and more until those, yeah. I mean, because chicory does have really good, like vitamins and minerals and stuff in it that are very, very good for you. So it would you would kind of keep successively doing it until it's tea.
Or
yeah.
If you're just wanting some variety, it can make a nice way to kind of spice up, you know, your coffee.
Now wait a minute, let me taste that again for that. Let me see if that's a true statement.
I know when I tried it black, there was a slight aftertaste to the coffee that I didn't normally get.
There's like, what I said before, there's like a slight grassiness to it. just and it's slight, but
Yeah.
I mean, what a great additive though.
Yeah.
To your coffee, even for people who want to stretch their coffee,
Oh yeah.
that'd be a great way to stretch it.
Absolutely.
And Christopher, was it like powdery?
Yes, it was a complete powder. It was a powder with like a little bit of like a strawy substance throughout it, which was the center of the root, which wouldn't grind down to a powder.
Which, I mean, you filter out coffee anyway, so
Yep.
I don't know what the difference would be. So I wonder if you could stick it through the coffee grinder.
Probably. Actually, after you've roasted it,
Yeah.
you could probably stick it into your coffee beans.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. We ought to
And
try it.
coffee is, the price of coffee is going way, way up.
Mhm.
That would be good. And it's an organic option too.
Absolutely. All right, guys, so there you have it. Chicory is a nice little additive that you can have in your drinks in the morning. It makes a pretty good tea. And so this is something where it is a great coffee substitute if you're looking to get off of caffeine. I would highly recommend this because it's bitter, but it's bitter in a way that almost exactly matches coffee. It does not have, it has more of an herbal tone as opposed to coffee's like caramel tone, if you understand what I'm saying. But the feeling that you get from it is like the same. So definitely check this out, or if you want to mix it into your coffee, I think they did make a pretty good combo. But so this just goes to show that like there is always an herbal solution like right there in your backyard for almost anything. And I think that people should really try more often to try and incorporate these things into their meals because, you know, there's free food and it grows all over the place and a lot of people don't realize it. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe to our channel. It would really help us out. And remember, if I can harvest chicory and roast it for coffee, anybody can. Thanks. Bye.